Hi, in this video, we're going to talk about your physical state and how it creates financial flow. And if you've listened to any of my other videos or read anything, I talk a lot about limiting beliefs, patterns, and stories that run in the background. But your mind doesn't live in a vacuum, it lives in a body. And that body is either attracting abundance or blocking it. And it does it every single day subconsciously. You may not even know you're blocking your wealth by the energy that you're sending out. So, today we're going to be talking about the body wealth connection and how your physical state creates or collapses your financial flow. So, I heard this statement the other day and it made me pause and think. Energy is money magnetism. And I thought, wow, that's really great because we talk of frequency and vibration, but what about our own energetic field, our aura? It magnetizes and brings in people and opportunities, and it can repel them also, depending on how we're thinking and feeling and if they're in alignment. So have you ever walked into a room and something shifts? Doors open or people are drawn to you. That's not luck. It's you're magnetizing those people to you. And your nervous system at that time is probably very calm, very relaxed. You're feeling very peaceful. It's kind of like your body's the tuning fork and it goes, oh, that's the person I want to go talk to. And it just kind of hones in. And this is because you're rested, you're grounded, you're present in your body, and your vibration is at a higher level. And when your frequency is higher, then wealth naturally flows, opportunities naturally flow, and you have the clarity to act on them or to follow your gut instinct, your intuition, and go, yes, that's a good deal. No, I don't want to do that. That doesn't fit my values. And you just show up differently. And then people feel it, money follows you, and it's a really great state to be. And research has shown that when your body is regulated, you're in that safe state, your brain is actually open. Your brain is more expansive and creative, and you're able to take wiser, bolder steps. Your intuition is more in alignment and everything is just kind of in the flow. And it's a nice place to be. But what happens if you're exhausted and stressed? Well, chronic stress and exhaustion kind of block your finances. When you're running on empty, surviving on coffee, which I've done, sheer willpower, you're going to push your way through it. I'm sure you've done that too. I know I have. Your nervous system goes into survival mode. And when you're in survival mode, it's kind of like your brain shuts off and your intuition is not as sharp and you're making decisions out of fear. And it's just the energetic opposite of abundance. You kind of shrink down and you become a little bit more fear based and things are worrying, stressing, all that stuff. It's like there's this fog, and that fog blocks your front part of your brain, which is where you have clear thinking, long-term planning, and you can make financial wise decisions. So studies have shown that sleep deprived actually reduces your decision making. So it's not only energetic, it's, the whole thing, mind and body. And then making from decisions from exhaustion, it's they're not good decisions. I have not made good decisions when I'm tired. And then also you'll hit a ceiling. You only have so much. You have nothing extra to give. So this is why rest isn't lazy. It's a wealth building strategy. It's not something you earn that you get to do after you've done all your tasks. Think about rest as a non-negotiable investment in your financial life, because if you're exhausted, your body doesn't have the energy to put out there to magnetize things in. So your money's not flowing. And if you want money or ideas or opportunities to flow in, the key is to be rested. Your mind would be open and receptive. You get inspiration, clarity, and it's really important to just kind of give yourself time to pause. So, my favorite thing to do in the morning is to get up, get my coffee, and then I sit and I meditate and I imagine connecting to the divine light. So in my mind, I see white light, like the ocean is all white, and I go up into this ocean of light and I feel the peace. I connect to it. I think of my goals, dreams, desires, and I get that energy swirling in and around me. And then I say my affirmations as I'm feeling this energy. And I do this when I'm really rested and I feel good. If I'm tired, it's really hard to focus my mind on my goals, dreams, and desire because I'm just like depleted and it doesn't work. So, rest is very important. Okay, the second one is movement. So our body's designed to move. Sit and we're got these jobs we're sitting at desks all day. So we get stagnant if we sit too much. Like water. If you think of a river, it's always flowing and moving. And then you'll find these little ponds and they get stagnant water. But water is meant to flow and move and clear. And that's the same with your body. You want to walk, dance, stretch, breathe with intention. Funny thing about breathing is I was on this big hike and we're going up a hill and I was panting. And my friend goes, breathe into your belly. And I'm breathing up here. I forgot to breathe into my belly. So I had to breathe with intention, and it gets you focused in your body, which was really interesting. So it was a signal to my body that I'm present. So when you're exercising, moving, dancing, you're telling every cell in your body and your field, I'm in motion and I feel good. And when you feel good, what's that do? Your energy is magnetizing to others. So, a Stanford study showed that walking increases your creativity by 81%. So, isn't that fabulous? The more you walk, your brain gets new ideas, it sees new possibilities, you're thinking outside the box. So, look at movement not as a punishment, but as a way to love yourself into wealth. So take 20 minutes, walk outside, dance in the kitchen, shake your hands, whatever kind of movement you can do to get that energy going. And third, of course, is fueling your body. So, fueling your body is about not skipping meals or rushing through your food or eating a bunch of junk. Coffee and donuts is what pops into my head, or sugar. So, you want to practice sitting peacefully because your food is like this. I don't want to call it medicine, but it's a way to fuel your body with strength and power. So when you eat, you want to eat with presence. And I always like to bless my food before I eat because it just makes the food energetically higher. So you want to choose food that will sustain you and has higher energy rates. And so I practice when I'm eating, I practice embodying the belief that I deserve the good stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm so grateful I get to eat this wonderful, rich food. And it could be a fresh apple I'm biting into. It's just, I have gratitude for whatever I am eating. And here's something interesting. Your gut has 100 million neurons and it produces 90% of your body's serotonin. Your intuition, which is your most powerful wealth tool, is in your gut. So if you're eating a bunch of sugar and stuff like that, you're not helping your gut and your intuition. I notice if I eat too much sugar, my intuition is a little wonky and my body feels a little wonky. So, sugar for me isn't really good. Like a lot of people can eat sugar, but I don't know. For me, I have a weird reaction. So, this is, listen to your body's signals. It is talking to you all the time. Notice if your chest is tight when you check your bank account, what belief is coming up. Or if your shoulders are getting heavy, what burden are you carrying or stress around money? The conversation could be causing you extra burden and stress. And a clenched jaw. What have you not said or asked for, or what boundary have you not set? Remember, your body is a map that holds the unprocessed money story. So every time we've heard, oh, we can't afford that when you were little, that, or your dad's out of work right now. You know not to ask for anything. Well, of course, that's going to put shame on you. And then we take that in. We're little kids. Our subconscious is open. We don't know any difference. We take it as truth. And we store all that through all our years that we've been living. And so now we have tension in our body, not even knowing what this tension is. And those patterns, they kind of play with your nervous system. And you hit these financial triggers sometimes, not even aware you hit a trigger, like opening up your bank account and go, oh, well, it's a little lower than I thought. Well, you just got triggered and you didn't even know you were triggered, but you got a little nervous and go, oh, I got to get more money in my bank account. So pay attention to all those signals your body gives out. So we're going to bring it all together. So if you're driving, do this later, but we're going to take a quick 2-minute little relaxation. So take a moment and just get your feet flat on the floor, and you can put your hands in your lap and just be in the position of receiving. And we're going to do what's called the abundance body reset. So we're going to ground ourselves, take a couple deep breaths and let yourself land in your body. And as you start coming into your body, you're going to feel a little more lighter, relaxed, calmer. And just imagine roots growing out of the base of your spine and the soles of your feet, all the way down to the earth. And let them go down through the layers of sand and dirt, going deeper and deeper and deeper into the earth, going down, down, down. And feel yourself relax and feel yourself becoming more peaceful. And just take a deep breath and relax. And gather up that Earth's energy, a beautiful orange color, and pull it all the way up, into the bottom of your feet, and let it fill your feet and your legs. Bring it all the way up to your torso. And then repeat after me. I am safe. I am held. Abundance is the natural state of the earth, and I am abundant. And just take a moment and scan your body. Start at the top of your head. And as you're scanning your body, notice where you feel any tightness, where anything's hurting or contracting. Just be with it and just notice it. And then breathe into that spot. You may want to put your hand on that spot if you can. And then just take a deep breath in and let that tension go. And as you exhale, you might want to make a sigh sound. You might want to say the word release, release, release. I'm willing to let this go. And just imagine that energy moving out of your body. Just let it go. Just let it go. You don't have to have it anymore. You don't have to know what it is. You don't have to carry it around. Just let it go. And take one more deep breath and let it go. It might take up to 60 to 90 seconds before you feel a shift. But just keep breathing into it, saying, I release it, let it go. And all of a sudden, you'll feel a shift and a change. And then what I like to do is imagine a golden light filling my entire being, coming in through the top of my head and filling myself up. And I typically say something like, I am loved, I am abundant, I am successful. Whatever you want to say, that's positive. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and just come back into the room and be present. And notice how your energy has shifted. You're calmer, more peaceful. And whatever was hurting, notice it's gone down. It could have been at a 9 and now it's at a 3. So do that every time, practice doing this like every morning or at night before you go to sleep. After you've done all the stuff during the day, just spend 2 minutes and do this quick little exercise to let go of what isn't serving you from the day. So remember, your body's not separate from your financial life. All prosperity and abundance has moved in, around, and through you and is created through your thoughts and feelings. And every dollar you've earned, every opportunity you've seized, it's all moved through your body. And anything that got stuck there, it's okay to let it go. Just clean it out. And by doing this, we're letting our nervous system rest. We're raising our energy field. Our mind is becoming clearer. Our intuition is getting sharper. And your frequency is aligning with wealth that you're calling in. So you are now in the field of money magnetism. So take time and do this during the week and have a fabulous week. And remember, you have a beautiful body and it is your greatest wealth building tool. And I'll see you inside the community.